Do you know the best way to double your business? Radio. Radio is hands down the best, fastest, and easiest way to double, triple, even quadruple your business. Real Estate Radio Experts is a full service agency that caters specifically to real estate agents. We do it all, from identifying the right station and demographics, to negotiating spot rates and schedule, to writing the copy. All you do is answer the phone, go on appointments. Stop killing yourself with cold calling. Stop wasting your money on those mailers that don't work. If you want to increase your profits and value of your business instantly, literally overnight, you can do it with one email. Go to realestateradioexperts.com, fill out the getting started sheet, and let's see if you're a good fit. You can also go to Super Agents Live and just click the Dominate with Radio tab if you want more information. I think we have a couple videos there. The most valuable spoke in your business is your list, is your database. Look, guys, you spend tons of time and money building your email list. Why aren't you mining it? There's deals in there. Most people don't know what to say. You got to get copy and send. Go to copyandsend.com. We have a library of 300 email templates. All you do is copy, cut, and paste, and get it out to your database. Not knowing what to say is no longer an excuse. Go get copy and send. Welcome to Super Agents Live. This is the one place where you can come and hear the most successful people in real estate. You'll hear how these super agents built their businesses, how they stay productive, and how they stay motivated. Who am I? My name's Toby Salgado, and I made my first million in real estate. And I'm your host for the next 30 minutes while we talk to yet another amazing real estate entrepreneur. Stay tuned.
Let's go! Yeah.
Today on the show, you know, look, I always say we're doing something different, and we always kind of are. Today's guest, I wanted to bring him on because it is a fact. In 2018, you know, we have to have some sort of digital arm, digital channel in our businesses. And it's, I think when you look at digital or social media marketing, you have two camps. You have one camp where people are always saying they're an expert, which I call crap on most of the time. And then you have other people who go, I don't know what to do. So today's guest is a social media marketing consultant. He focuses on the real estate industry. I'm thrilled to welcome Alex. He's got a Greek name, this guy. Alex, you say your last name.
Give it a shot, Toby.
Caragiannides.
That was good. That was really good. I'd give you a grade of a B on that one.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, it's not bad. It's pronounced Caragiannides. That's the English version.
Okay.
And the Greek version is Caragiannides. But glad to be here. Thanks for having me on the show, Toby.
Of course, absolutely. All right, so let's just get into this. I want to get into what you're doing, how you developed your expertise. But before we get there, give us a little bit about who Alex is.
Well, Alex was born and raised in Chicago, homegrown in a Greek community. Parents were born in Greece. I'm first generation in Chicago, lived there pretty much my entire childhood and teenage and adult life. Was a Cubs fan my entire life. Still am a diehard Cubs fan. Thank God they won a couple years ago a World Series. Moved to San Diego in 2002. Came this way, moved to West, and jumped in the mortgage business immediately as a telemarketer. Climbed up the ladder slowly but surely from telemarketing to a junior LO, then a loan officer, and then I had a really good run, especially after the meltdown in 2007, 2008. Business development manager, business manager 3 times. So had a great journey in the mortgage industry for 15 plus years. Loved the business, lots of ups, lots of downs, but learned a lot more from all my mistakes and all the obstacles and failures. And then obviously I love the successes. So
who doesn't? Yeah.
While I was in the industry, 80% of the business that came my way, the referrals that came my way, were from real estate professionals. So I got really comfortable and really close with building relationships and businesses with realtors. While I was in that phase of being a mortgage professional and trying to provide as much value as I can for my partners, not just closing loans on time and communicating and all that stuff, I wanted to find other ways to get to the consumer, to get to the person who's interested in buying a house or already owns a home and wants a refi. So So I jumped into social media and digital marketing about five and a half years ago, like literally head first. I just joined every mastermind group I could find, and every one I found opened up another door to another one, and I just kept learning and growing and growing. And then I took what I learned and I implemented it in my business personally, scaled it, got results, got my message, my branding in front of my audience who needed my services. And then in return, I helped my close real estate partners do the same thing. That planted the seed for me to eventually, one day, have enough confidence and enough ability in my skills to open up my own agency, which I did. I got out of corporate mortgage America and I opened up my own digital marketing and social media agency, and we cater to real estate professionals because I knew then, and I still know now, it's one of the biggest gaps that realtors have. Even every sales professional has, even the mortgage professionals, if they're listening to this. That's one of the biggest gaps they have is having systems and structure around marketing and branding their message to a target audience. And that's what we do now. I love doing it, and we love helping our realtor partners.
Okay, well that's great. So as we get into this, I'm just going to let you know, man. So I'm not going to let you get away with just general statements like structure and systems and processes. I'm going to need you to dig into that. But so help me understand.
Got it.
Okay, so help me understand. So you clearly, you and I have met in offline, and you're a dynamic guy. I mean, I think everybody can hear your dynamic personality. From the mic. And I think that, if I look at your career, Alex, you were a sales guy, right? You're telemarketing to loan, you're a sales guy. If we look at the giant bucket of sales, how do you think the notion of social media, and this is kind of a wacky question, but how does social media fit into the sales bucket or the sales process?
It's a good question. It's a huge part of it. And this is nothing new. This has been around forever. It's just the way people communicate with each other has evolved and changed. So everybody knows in sales, it's all about building relationships. People do business with you because they like you, and then because they trust you, they end up moving forward. And then people end up referring business to you because they like, trust, and they respect you. So that foundation of sales, that's universal. That's not going anywhere. What has evolved in today's market, and I'm going to tell you right now, I'm even behind, and I'm ahead of a lot of people by 3, 4, 5 years, and I'm even behind on where the market is and where the audience is. So social media, why it's relevant now, why everybody should have exposure in one way or another for their brand, their message on social and digital marketing. It's because the audience is all on there. Perfect example, Facebook, 2 billion active users on Facebook. Mm-hmm. YouTube has more views daily, video views, I think in the millions of hours daily around the world, video views. Google Plus, Instagram, LinkedIn, Pinterest, these are all platforms, social media platforms where there's an audience on it. Mm-hmm. So if I'm a real estate professional, here's the thing with real estate, Toby. I think the real estate industry does an amazing job. I'm talking about the big companies out there, your Keller Williams of the world, your Century 21s, your Coldwell Bankers, the big companies, even the small boutique companies. They do a great job of teaching real estate professionals, new and old, of how technically to be very, very proficient in their craft, meaning legality stuff, compliance stuff, negotiating, paperwork, contracts. They do a great job of that. Great job. Right. Now, when you talk about sales and marketing, training and development, this is my opinion over 15 years as being connected to the real estate industry, I feel that they share just the same principles across the board. Right, you got to farm an area, you got to go after your friends and family, you got to door knock, you got to make the calls, and that's fine and dandy. That's fine and dandy. None of that's changed. You still have to do all that. I call that boots on the ground, belly to belly stuff. But where I see a weakness or I see holes in all the big companies when they're trying to share ways for their agents to grow their businesses with sales and marketing tactics is they're not specifically attacking social media and digital marketing in a way where an agent can brand themselves and then have a message that they want to direct to a target audience consistently 24/7. I just don't see it. I haven't seen it in years, and I still don't see it.
No. Well,
so when
listen,
do you agree or no?
I 100% agree, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you my opinion why. So you're 100% accurate with that, and it's this, man. It's the real fact of the matter is nobody knows how to do it. Who at Keller Williams or who at Coldwell Banker or whatever, or Sotheby's, whatever you want to say, who exactly at those big institutions knows how to do it? I don't care if they have somebody in house for them. They really don't know how to do it, and even when you look at the big coaching companies of the world, right? I'm friends with all those guys, so I'm not going to say names. Everybody listening knows who they are. This particular media moves so fast, whether it's doing Google ads or Facebook ads, whatever. It moves so fast that literally this is a full-time job for someone just to keep up. So the reason, so you're 100% right. Nobody's showing these people how to do it. Because it moves too fast, and then there's another issue with the people themselves. I won't get into that, but look, so I don't want to derail your story. Go ahead.
No. I agree with you 100%. We're on the same page here. It's not that. It's also not that nobody knows how to do it or show people how to do it. It's actually doing it. That's the part that's going to be the biggest stopper for most people listening to this. Most people will probably nod their head and say, yes, I agree. I should be more relevant on social media. Listen, Gary Vaynerchuk himself. I started following all these guys. Ty Lopez, Gary Vaynerchuk, obviously Grant Cardone's a big inspiration to me.
Ryan Dice.
Personal development guy, big sales guy, right?
Yep.
Tom Ferry, I look up to Tom Ferry and what he brings to the table. Rick Ruby, I was coached by Rick Ruby in the core for years. I endorse them. The principles that they teach still work. They're good foundational principles to build a house on. From there, though, the details and the specifics of social media digital marketing, you have to engage in either learning as much as you can, and like you said, being ahead of the game because everyone's behind, and or outsourcing and bringing people in to do it for you because there's a lot of work behind it, a lot of work. And Gary Vaynerchuk, just to touch on him real quick, he said this 3 years ago. 3 years ago, he said that if you're not spending at least $1,000 a month on Facebook ads, you're an idiot, right? As a salesperson, as a marketer. I'm going to say it a little nicer than that, and I believe in what he said is still true today. If you're not spending money marketing your message, your brand, to an audience, specifically a targeted audience, consistently, every day, every week, every month, in addition to all the other stuff you're doing, you're behind. You're not relevant. That's just how it is right now because everyone's being solicited to. The way go ahead.
No, again, I don't disagree, but I think when I said I want to go back for a second, because this will all tie in. When I said nobody knows how to do it, it's this, man, right? If we could, I'm gonna make a very big general statement, and then I do want to get into specifics, from your viewpoint, but today. Well, in the 80s, right, where I grew up in the 80s, man, you know what? If I wanted to find a mechanic or a roofer or like Radio Shack, I went to the phone book, right? And everybody's got their ads, and that's how I found out that you were in the market and that you had a special offer for me if I called in, right? In a lot of ways today, the Yellow Pages, right? I'm sorry, It's phone book, Yellow Pages.
Yep, same thing. Yep.
So here's the deal: today we could generalize the internet as a big Yellow Pages, and our website, for example, is the ad. The problem is, right, the internet is not indexed like the Yellow Pages are. And why I say that nobody understands the channels of online social digital marketing is because they're all unique. What you do on Facebook doesn't necessarily work on Snapchat, doesn't necessarily work on Twitter, doesn't work on LinkedIn, right? All these individual platforms have their own ecosystem, their own ethos, their own way that you need to talk with, engage with, and interact with that audience. And dude, I think it's just too many people just go, they throw up their hands and go, yeah, it's too much. I'd rather pick up the phone and go 1992 and, call my farm.
Yeah, agreed. Every social media platform you just mentioned and more have their own ecosystem. And with that, you have to have your own methodology
for
of
each
how to
one.
use
Yes.
For each single one. Agreed 100%.
Yeah. Okay.
100%.
Okay. So
Can I give some tactics?
Yeah. Well, that's why you're here
right now for the audience.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's step number one that I advise everybody and anybody who's listening right now. Step number one: across the board. This is what I do with my internal clients, onboarding them. This is exactly what we do for everybody. But this you could do yourself. So everybody's listening, this is step number one. Number one, start where you are right now, meaning whatever data you have right now, past clients, friends, family, business people, vendors, start right there. When I mean start by there, create a CSV file, right? An Excel spreadsheet report. Save it as a CSV file. Separate the columns as the first name, last name, email, mobile, whatever data you have on that particular person or those lists. Start right there and then upload that list to your Facebook account. Facebook allows you to upload a list and create what's called a custom audience. A custom audience then becomes a piece of asset, right? An audience that then you can retarget and market to for a lot cheaper than if you were to target or market to a cold audience. So here's two differences, especially in Zuckerberg's world in Facebook. He cannot stand marketing to cold audiences, and that's 95% of the marketers out there. And when I say marketers, it could be a real estate professional, mortgage professional, doesn't matter who you are. If you're marketing your message on Facebook, you're a marketer. 95% are marketing to cold traffic, which is the equivalent of me and you sending an email to 1,000 people that don't even know who we are. That's called spamming. There's a big spamming issue right now happening on Facebook. He just announced this 3 weeks ago that he's changing the algorithms on the personal pages with the business pages, which basically means in a nutshell, if you're not marketing to a warm traffic, a traffic that knows you already, that has already engaged, commented, liked in your stuff, you're basically going to go into what's called the black hole, the black hole news feed of timelines, where nobody's going to even see your ads. And he's going to charge you more for that.
Wow.
So step number one, to make it very easy, create a custom audience of exactly where you are right now. So I see this happening all the time. Even people that are very successful in the real estate industry, closing 50 transactions or more, 100 transactions or more, you think they'd be more dialed in than everybody else. Even they suffer from this. Create your data of what you have now, put that in a file where then you can upload it and create an audience on Facebook and retarget that audience with your branding and your messaging, which is very inexpensive to do. So that's step number one. Okay?
Wait, hold on. Let me ask you a few questions about that. Okay. So that's step no. I want to get to step 2 and 3 and however many bullet points you have. But let me ask you this. So we have a pretty big email list, and we've played with this before. We've gotten very specific on, let's say, 500 people that are really our target, are like our real target. 500, and we have those people's emails. They've opted in. We've got them legitimately, and when we go in to create a custom audience, the way that I understand it, I haven't personally done this for our stuff in a while, but so we would upload those 500 people. And many times the email addresses that we have for them are not the ones they use on Facebook. And from my recollection, this is a few years ago that I'm recalling this, Alex, but we uploaded that and there wasn't enough data, even though we had all those 500 emails and they're legit live emails, there wasn't enough data per Facebook to create a custom audience. Or maybe it was...
That's accurate.
Okay.
No, that hasn't changed. Whatever that person signed up with Facebook account initially with, whatever email they use, whatever phone number they use, Facebook's going to try to grab that data from your CSV file and match it up with what they have. So if they have data that's matched up to their ecosystem, their algorithm, they're going to take it and they're going to create their custom audience. They're going to build it little by little. It's going to be scaling and always growing. Our custom audiences for our clients are always scaling and growing. If they don't have the information, let's say somebody signed up with their personal account and a home number, and you have their mobile number and you have their business email, they're not going to get connected. It's not going to be a custom audience. But there's another way to get it, though.
How?
So anytime somebody engages, you ever hear of a term called pixeling?
Yeah. Yep.
So I do audits all day. I do audits like 3-4 hours every day, 5 days a week. Audits for me is a way I can get in and do a business audit for somebody's business, their website, their Facebook accounts, their social media, landing pages if they have any, and I could see if there's any holes. And then I give my perspective of what I would do and customize a playbook and a plan of attack, and I just give that for free. It's a free business audit questionnaire, and I just want to give value. I can't tell you how many times a simple check of a website or a landing page, and I could see, because I have what's called a Chrome Pixel add-on. It's a plugin. It's free. For those of you who don't know, just go to Chrome or Google it. It's a Pixel add-on plugin, and it will tell you every page you're on if there's a pixel on it. A pixel, for those of you who don't know it, can be put on any page, any website, and it should be put on every page. Landing pages, websites, doesn't matter. Because when you get an audience to come on your page, let's say a website, for example, Toby, a real estate professional has this amazing looking brochure style website. It looks great. It's fantastic. Lots of great information, lots of value, and he directs traffic there. If there's no pixel on that page, and there's not a call to action button where click here, we'll send you this, give us your name and email, in return we'll send you that, that traffic, that maybe it's a lot of traffic, 5,000, 10,000 people a month, that's not too crazy. If you don't have that page pixeled, you don't know where that traffic came from, and you cannot retarget that traffic. So step number 2, I would recommend, if you don't have enough data to create a custom audience of a minimum 500 or 1,000 people, where then you can retarget later, step number 2, pixel every asset you have online. Landing pages, websites, pixel it, very easy to do, and then you could create a custom audience from the traffic that has gone to that page, whether they opted in or not, doesn't matter.
Right.
Now you can retarget them later for much cheaper.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about that for 1 second. So
yeah.
I'm going to tell you something crazy. Listen, I consider myself a extremely good marketer. I've been talking about pixels for the last 4 years. But you know what? Do I have one on my site? The answer is no. And I know that's crazy. I know you're going to go, what the? Well, like, how do you know this? And, well, you know, so here's, I can tell you what stopped me, right? I can honestly tell you what stopped me. So number 1, I want everybody to know that, you can explain how they go and create the code for the pixel. It's free for everybody. It takes 30 seconds to do. I won't take away your thunder, Alex, but you can create, for everybody listening, you can create the code, the actual code, for your Facebook pixel. Here's my problem, dude. You know why? So I know that it's important. I know that it's valuable. I know how to get into my Power Editor and get the code. My problem is, number 1, I honestly, dude, I don't know where to get. I know how to log in to the back end of my website, but I didn't know where to put the pixel. And my developers are not marketers. And I said, hey guys, put this on our landing page, our front page. And they may have the technical know-how, but they didn't have the marketing know-how to even know how to do it. And then, like, I'm just get so busy, I'm like, yeah, forget it. So can you spend 2 minutes, whatever it takes, explain to people where they go to get the pixel that you're step 2, and then mechanically, like, how and where does somebody put this on their site?
Sure, and it's very easy, but you have to be conscious of it, and you have to know that it's there, and you have to know you have to put it on all your assets. So, I mean, we're not on screen here, so I can't show you anything on my screen. We're talking on audio here, but the best friend for anybody who doesn't know anything about this kind of stuff is really Google, right? So if you Google Facebook Pixel and you Google or Google Facebook Pixel install to my website, Google then will give you all these links that you can go to, and specifically they're going to redirect you back to Facebook, even though they don't want to do that because they're at war with Facebook. And then Facebook has really good training, PDFs, text training, video training to help people understand where to, first of all, you got to go find the pixel, right? So under your ads manager, so if you're in Facebook and you go to your ads manager, there's going to be a tool tab that opens up a lot of different options on top of Facebook. One of those options that you'd have to scroll and find would be pixel. And most people, once they click pixel, because they've never created a pixel, they're going to be instructed automatically from Facebook to create one. And the cool thing is, Facebook creates it for you. All you do then is copy the code and then send it to your webmaster, or if you don't have a webmaster and you're doing this yourself on a WordPress site, you then, again, your best friend here is Google WordPress Pixel, and they'll give you instructions on how to take that code, which all you got to do is copy it, and put it and paste it where the WordPress master will tell you to paste it, or if you're using ClickFunnels, which is just a landing page, software or lead pages, etc., they'll tell you as well. So without me showing you, that's the best advice I could give. Okay, no, that's great. But, that's great advice. Toby, for you and for everybody else, it's so easy, it's free, and you're doing your business a disservice if you're not creating a custom audience. So I teach this philosophy of audiences, lists. There's power in lists. Everybody's pretty strong with their friends and family lists. Everybody should be pretty strong with their past client list, right? You have these lists. They're identified, past clients, friends and family, business professionals, vendors, etc., right? Mm-hmm. These lists are mandatory as a sales professional, especially a realtor, mandatory to accumulate these lists and then market to these people offline and online. Another list that people just don't pay attention to, and I don't know why people don't talk about this enough, is your social media audience. Your social media audience, you could create a list on social media within a short period of time in the thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people.
How?
If you have your web and your by creating pixels on everything that you do and directing people and giving value, blog articles, videos.
Wow.
I mean, we do this for our clients, but if I'm teaching here, I'm going to tell you, build an area that you want to concentrate on, like a community area on Facebook. Let me share a third tact that I wanted to share.
Okay.
So the third one is pick an area, right? Everybody knows the concept of farming an area, how relevant it was. It still is relevant, but you're not going to be able to postcard thousands of homes. So when you farm an area, typically you're door knocking and farming 250 to 500 homes. But on social media, you have the advantage of leveraging technology on the internet to get your message to the masses for very, very cheap, if not sometimes organic, which is free. So pick a community, pick an area. Wherever you are as a real estate professional, pick an area that you like a lot or you know a lot about. I typically like to go after areas that have 20,000 to 40,000 homeowners. So it could be one zip code. It could be more than one zip code. Just depends on where you are in the nation and the county. Once you pick your area, create a page around that area. Mm-hmm. Instead of saying, Alex the Realtor at KW, say, the area homes and lifestyle page. And then become that person that gives value and content to that page every single day. People always look at me funny when I say we post on our clients' Facebook fan pages or their community pages every 4 hours. 6 times a day, 180 posts a month. People are like, are you posting too much? I'm like, it's impossible to post too much on a business page. Less than 3% of people that follow that page actually even see your posts. We're only doing it to keep Facebook happy as long as the content is relevant for the audience. But when you do this kind of stuff, anybody who likes, comments, engages, shares, anybody who sees that doesn't even have to interact. But it goes through their newsfeed, becomes a custom audience, and now you can market to later. So when I say you could build a custom audience very fast, in the hundreds and thousands, I'm not exaggerating. So you want to have audiences that you're building on social media, as well as audiences that you're building from lists that are offline, past clients, vendors, business people, et cetera, et cetera. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It again, sometimes with a lot of this stuff, the words that, you can tell a story and I go, yeah, that makes sense. But when it comes to execution, most of the time people like that's where they get stumped. But let me ask you this. Let me go back to the pixels for a second. So you said put your pixel on every single asset that you have. Now I have two
online assets.
Oh, right, correct. Online assets. So number one, for us with what we're going to record this episode and we're going to distribute it on our website. It'll go onto iTunes. So should I have this pixel not only on our homepage, but on each of our interview pages that then get distributed everywhere? So should we have this every single page?
Absolutely, 1,000%, every single page.
Okay.
Because you can retarget each page differently.
Yeah, no, that's great.
You can retarget each page differently, and that's what you want to do. The whole purpose of marketing online is you want to build a list, and then you want to market and retarget to it. Because not everyone's going to accept your offer or buy into your offer right away. It takes about 8 to 12 touches for somebody to get comfortable for you, especially online. There's a lot of solicitation online. So for you to go through all that, the noise, I call it, it takes about 8 to 12 touches minimum for somebody to get comfortable with your branding and your message.
Well,
right?
that's
So you gotta continue. You got to continue.
Okay, well that's a whole different conversation we'll get into in a second, right? The frequency conversation. Okay, so let me ask that same question again in a different medium. So you suggested people, if they had a farm, let's Rolling Hills Estates, right? Rolling Hills Estates, and you go and create a Rolling Hills Estates page. Of course, per you, Alex, have the Facebook pixel on that page. Now, what if, in addition to me creating content for the Rolling Hills neighborhood or development and posting it, I'm going to do video? Because I believe in video. I'm sure you believe in video. Is it possible for me to take that video, and of course I'm going to upload that to YouTube, right? That's a platform we should be on. Can I somehow include the pixel on my Google video that I just released?
Oh yeah. Oh,
really?
Yeah. Super powerful. Oh yeah, super powerful. You can retarget people by how long they watch your video. Did they watch it for 5 seconds or less? Did they watch it for 15 seconds, 30 seconds? On YouTube, here's the thing with YouTube. People don't understand YouTube at all. YouTube will allow you to retarget people for over a year. Over a year, you can retarget people.
Wait.
And advertising on YouTube right now, you can get views on your videos right now for a cent a view. Tell me where you could get 20,000 views on a video anywhere. Tell me where you can get exposure like this. 20,000 views on a video for $20.
Yeah, it's crazy. So right, insane. So let me ask. This is a question that I've often talked about with a few people. I never got a great answer. So Grant Cardone. I've interviewed Grant Cardone, and I'm in his ecosystem. I recently was on YouTube looking for something, and Grant did a video. Now I like Grant, so I listened to him for a couple of minutes. Now I didn't. Dude, Grant's video was 10 minutes. Here's what I've heard before, and I don't know if it's true or not. But you can create a video, and YouTube will not charge you unless the viewer watches it all the way through. Is this fiction?
No, that's fiction.
Okay.
You're partially right. YouTube will not charge you unless somebody watches the video for a certain amount of seconds. So it's not all the way through.
Okay.
So if somebody goes to your video, they click on it, and they only watch a few seconds of it, video won't charge you. There has to be a certain number. I believe it's 10 seconds, but they're always evolving it and changing.
Yeah.
But they will not charge you unless that person stays on the video and watches it for a certain amount of time.
Okay. No, that's good to know. So now on YouTube.
And Toby, not to cut you off, I'm a huge fan, and I endorse videos like,
yeah.
I mean, I pray that my clients do more videos. I help them do videos. I do everything I can besides me actually being in the video and doing it for them to promote the art and the benefits of doing videos. The more videos you could do, the better you're going to be with getting your message out to a different audience. See, look, YouTube, you can create a video on YouTube, and you can have it for 30 seconds. You can have it for 30 minutes. You can have it for 30 hours. That's how YouTube is. If people like you and they love your content, they'll watch long videos. Mm-hmm. In the beginning, though, especially on Facebook, when you upload a video, you never, here's a trick or a hack. I don't know if everybody knows this, so you never want to put a YouTube link on Facebook. You never want to put a link to YouTube and tell somebody, hey, I recorded this great video on this open house, or I recorded this great video that I want to share with my audience or this community. Click here, and it's a link to YouTube, which will direct them from Facebook's ecosystem now to YouTube's ecosystem. Facebook is going to flag that all day very fast, and you're not going to get any love from Facebook anytime soon for a while. So instead, always either do Facebook Live, or most people don't like Facebook Live because you can't edit. It's right there. It's live. You're on the spot. Or record your video, do a little editing that you want to do, and then just upload it directly to Facebook. But never direct somebody out of Facebook's ecosystem, especially into like Google or YouTube's ecosystem, because then you're gonna get flagged. Just a little hack right there.
So okay, no, that's I think most people listening probably did not know that, and I kind of knew that, but if you would have asked me, I don't think I would have come up with that answer. Here's my thing with YouTube or YouTube videos, right? If you're gonna create a video for your service or product, For me, I'd say don't necessarily put that on YouTube, and here's why: is because you can't control. Somebody can watch your whole commercial for your product, and then all of a sudden your commercial ends, and then you never know what YouTube is gonna surface after that, right? It could be something against your beliefs. It could be something that's a little bit sexy, and you don't want that to be branded towards you. So when we create videos for our service or products, we use what is the other one that is like ad free or
Vimeo?
Yeah, Vimeo. Okay.
Yep.
So that's
Yep.
so create your video, put it on Vimeo. But so let me ask you this. So let's say we have, like, for ViralCast, right? Our podcast production company, we have a 2.5 minute explainer video that we uploaded to Vimeo, and we will commonly buy ads on Facebook. And that's the link. We go, hey, check it out. Link out from Facebook out to Vimeo to watch our explainer video. Are you telling me that Facebook is gonna, because I'm taking them out of the ecosystem, Facebook's gonna charge me more, flag me, or generally not treat that ad with as much respect as maybe I could get otherwise?
Yeah, they're not going to flag you because you're directing people to Vimeo, but they're not going to charge you as low as if you were to keep them in Facebook's algorithm or Facebook's ecosystem. So yes, you're going to get charged more because you're redirecting them. So look, Facebook, for those who don't know, owns Instagram, and Google, for those of you who don't know, owns YouTube, right, and Google Plus.
Yep.
So you want to play in both sides here, right? Both sides. So it's like the American League and the National League of Baseball. So Facebook and Instagram has to be one style, one methodology, actually two methodologies within Facebook and separate within Instagram. But when you give Instagram love, you're giving Facebook love. Facebook's all over it. Instagram is meant for images, video stories now. They're 60 seconds or less. Very, very good for images and photos and short, quick videos. They're called Instagram stories. Facebook is basically a blog site on steroids. The data mining organization. They have data on everything and everyone. They continuously upload new algorithms to switch things up, keep people on their toes. I mean, marketers have been trying to catch up with Facebook's algorithms for years. You cannot. There's hundreds, if not thousands of them. They're always changing and evolving. But the reality is, if you have a warm audience and you're giving that audience really good content and valuable information, and people are engaging, liking, commenting, and sharing, your edge ranking and the algorithms within Facebook under you are going to go up. They're going to be in the positive. When they're in the positive, when you start advertising strategically throughout the day, weeks, or month, your message, Facebook will reward you with a lower cost per click. It's called CPC. That's what you want as a marketer. That's what you want as a real estate professional all day, every day. YouTube has different methodologies and strategies and tactics that you have to deploy with Google Plus, with YouTube directly, and that's just a whole different plan of attack. But same power, same concept applies there. They have their version of Power Editor, which is called Google Adwords. They have keyword, they have SEO rankings. Google's a super powerful, amazing algorithm for data as well. So if you could parlay both of those in your online mix, it'll just complement everything as a real estate professional that you're doing offline.
But so the big difference, at least in our world, between or how we see it, and again, we get really up to date with this stuff, and then we forget about it, right? We get back to what's comfortable, and so we're really inconsistent, which I think is the problem. I think you'd agree is the problem with most marketers, at least in this space. Is people do stuff and they're like, yeah, it's working or not working, and then they get laissez-faire about it and they go away. So if I look at Google or Facebook, or versus Facebook, the cool thing about Facebook is I can get really specific about who I want to target, right? I can get to age, gender, income. There's even qualifiers go, okay, likely to move, right? So clearly, if I'm in the real estate space, I'm going to click that. The problem with Google is I can't get to that level of specificity, right? I can get to, tell me what demographic information on a general level that I can target on Google that I cannot on or vice versa.
Actually, Google's AdWord program, which is their version of Power Editor when you want to advertise and target, is way more sophisticated than Facebook is.
Really?
You get laser focused.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. You get way more laser focused on Google than you can on Facebook. The difference is, in my opinion, Google costs more money to play in their game.
Of course.
It's way more expensive to run PPC, pay-per-click ads, and SEO keyword ads on Google than it is to run buying interest and behaviors on Facebook. The difference is, on Google, somebody typed in a keyword that you're buying that information from, and you're auctioning with other marketers. So it can get very, very expensive. I don't advise people entering the marketing arena, especially social and digital, to promote their message and their brand, to go directly into Google. You could scale there eventually, but I believe everybody should start on a platform that has the most audience, which right now is Facebook, almost 2 billion, if not there already. Mm-hmm. Very inexpensive to play in that arena. In the beginning, I suggest everybody goes organic first, which organic is free. Paid is obviously paid. There's different methodologies for both. But you can get into the Facebook's algorithm and their ecosystem and build a message and a brand behind what you do, especially as a real estate professional. Sorry about that.
That's all right. No, okay. You sound like you're in Detroit.
Okay.
No, that's all right.
Yeah.
We'll let it pass.
Okay.
So here.
Thank you.
As long as you can hear me, I mean, I'll take over. So here's what I would say.
You're good.
Okay. Here's what I would say, Alex. I must not know how to. And look, I'm totally fine with admitting what I don't know, right? I mean, we play in the radio and television world. That's where we play in, and we play a little bit in the digital stuff. But man, when I look at I'll tell you this, dude. I just got a bill from Facebook ads for like $650, and I didn't even know that was running. I thought I turned it all off, but it was been running, right? The same thing with Google ads. We have some Google ads. I was like, wow, they're running. Like, how much does that just cost us? But I can tell you that I've been in the back end of AdWords, and I must not know how to work it as well as you do, because I can't see all those demographic qualifiers. So I don't want to get too in the weeds here. I would agree with you. Everybody needs to have some sort of presence on Facebook, doing ads, as well as and working you're building your list, as well as Google, however you want to do that. Here's a question I have for you: is when you said it's very easy to get on Facebook and build a list, a warm list, right, of hundreds or thousands or whatever. Now, I think we did this in the early days. I think one of the things that we did was we and maybe we just tried to do this. Correct me if I'm saying something that can't be done, but we, for our targets, Facebook has a bunch of groups, right? So let's say that there was a group that was, I want to buy a house in San Diego, right, on Facebook, and it's got 10,000 members. Isn't there a way to go and scrape the emails from that group, and then take those scraped emails, upload them back into your Power Editor, and then retarget those folks?
Oh yeah, you could export friends, you could export groups, you could export data from Facebook into a CSV file, then upload it back and create a custom audience. Speaking of groups, though, I'm glad you brought that up. I want to chime in on that real quick, because
LinkedIn.
A lot of people don't understand how simple things can be on Facebook because of all the data that you have right there at your fingertips. So when you're in Facebook and you go to the search bar on top, I recommend every agent does this. Every agent should be a member of multiple groups on Facebook. Specifically, the top ones that I recommend are sale groups. Right? When you have a garage sale group and you see the comments in the newsfeed or the timeline of everything must go, in my world as a marketer, that's a tripwire. My flag pops up as like, okay, everything must go sale. They might be obviously renting and they want to rent somewhere else, or they might be upsizing or downsizing and relocating. They might be buying. They might be selling. So you want to join, as a real estate professional, groups that are aligned with the audience you want to go after and serve. So if you want to work with divorce attorneys, you should join attorney groups. If you want to work with bankruptcy attorneys, you should find bankruptcy groups. If you want to work with investors, you should find investor groups. Everyone should be a member of multiple groups, because then once you're in the group, you have access to the members. Another thing that I teach people to do that they don't take advantage of, especially on the personal page, is Facebook allows you to have 5,000 friends. They cap you at 5,000 friends. Mm-hmm. Obviously, we know that if you have 5,000 friends on Facebook, those aren't all real friends.
Right.
You know, I mean, we'd be blessed and lucky if we have a handful of real friends in our lives as we grow older, right?
Sure.
But I look at it as eyeballs and people. So Facebook personal page should be just for personal posts, right? Stuff about your family, about your experiences, traveling here, this place, that place. That's what it should be. It's for people to socialize and engage with each other. I don't recommend people talking business on their personal page. But your personal page allows you to have 5,000 eyeballs that look at your posts. And if you do your about section correctly as a real estate professional, people will see what you do. And if your posts are engaging and they like it and they comment and your edge ranking goes up, more people of your friends or eyeballs will see your post. More people see your post. You never know when somebody's in a position to buy, sell, or refi, or refer somebody who's in a position to buy, sell, or refi. So this is an organic way of using Facebook. You have a personal page. You're already doing your posts. You're already engaging. You're already liking, commenting, sharing, posting. Go ahead and friend request people in the groups that you're a member of strategically every day or every week and build up your friend audience. I see so many of my clients come to our services, BSM Vol, and I look at their Facebook friend page, and it has on average 600, 700, 800 likes, or friends, excuse me. That's fine, but now they got another 4,000 plus people they could add that they could see what kind of postings are going on, and maybe, you don't know, when somebody's ready to buy or sell, they get them in time, and now you got somebody that you can redirect them to your business page or your website.
Okay.
Another thing that I want to do one more tip.
Alex, I want to hear it. I want to hear it, but you're standing somewhere where, like, I feel like I'm in a submarine. I hear, like, radar. Dude. I think it's just a truck backing up or something.
Yeah, it's over. They left.
Okay, good.
Can you hear me better now?
I can. Okay, what was the next thing you're going to say?
Okay, this was important because of the fact that how I started the call. And I said, look, the biggest hole I see in real estate professionals, actually everybody in our industries in sales, is no systems, no structure.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm big on systems and structure. I'm huge on it. I know it's too broad right there, but I'm going to dial it in a little bit.
Okay.
So for the purposes of moving forward, so people could take action after this call or whenever they hear this, you want to, and I can't tell you how many people, Toby, I work with that do not have this. You want to have a marketing calendar for every single month of the year on what you're supposed to be doing in relation to marketing, online and offline, okay? A simple marketing calendar concept. I learned this years ago. I just did a webinar on this last week. I just did a video on it 2 weeks ago, and it got great feedback, and I'm still, responding to people, helping them understand the concept behind this. It's a simple concept. Starting off in the beginning of the month, or preferably before the month even starts. So let's say right now we're working on February, okay? For February, I already have my marketing calendar printed out. I have a physical version in my office, on my wall for February with every day of the month. I have a digital version, and it's recurring, and it's tied to my calendar. In that calendar, I mark whatever I am doing that day or that week that's related to marketing. So, for example, for me, I send out a video tip of the week every Monday. I do a webinar every second, third, and fourth Wednesday. I do email broadcasting every Friday. I post on certain days, depending on what the theme of the post is and who my audience is. This is all in a calendar that I identify ahead of time what I'm going to do, and then I put it in the calendar, and I transfer it into my digital, which for me is Outlook. I recommend everybody starting off, moving forward, create a marketing calendar for the month coming up, every month for the rest of the year, and start off pen to paper and just put in what you're going to do when you're going to do it. Fill out the whole calendar. You might just say, okay, 2 videos this month, 4 posts this month to my business page, text message, email, direct mail, whatever it's going to be. As a real estate professional, you listening to this, you know what you should be doing and what you are doing. Put it on the calendar, then transition it and transfer it to your digital calendar. Make things reoccurring if they're done the same day every month like I do. That helps so much with at least putting a little system and a little structure, and then you can scale from that. Then next month you could add a couple more components to that, like theme days, default schedule. Yep. I'm doing a video on that. Actually, my video today went out, and it's on having a default schedule. The art of, time management. I've been pursuing the art of managing time for years, And I know you can't manage time. We all have the same amount of time in a day, but you can manage activities. So I teach about the art of a default schedule. But then you can scale to that kind of stuff and get more systematized and structured. And then it'll make it a lot easier, more online tactics and strategies. Whether you do it yourself, which you can. Everybody listening here can do everything that I do for my clients yourselves. It's just a matter of, can you learn what you're supposed to do, and can you execute what you're supposed to do the right way? Well, so you can do it yourself, or you can outsource it to somebody like me or other services out there.
Right. And here's the issue, right? So I think, here's the issue that I think people either are saying to themselves right now. Look, having a monthly, a quarterly, an annual calendar for all the marketing stuff, all that's great, right? All that's great. Here's the problem, is I think people are going to go, okay, I'm going to do X number of blog posts. I'm going to do 2 videos. The problem is that is 2 videos. Nobody really knows how much time to block off for that, right? They go, oh, okay, I'm going to do 2 5-minute videos. I'm going to take 60 minutes. And then they go and they record it and they're like, oh, dude, my lighting's terrible, right? I'm going to have to run to the store or order lighting now on Amazon. Hopefully I can get the right lighting. You know what I mean? There's so many, the challenges there's so many roadblocks for people to actually do that good idea. And I think really what I'm saying is, I think this is where, I think we as business people, as marketers, need to go, look, I'm good at what I do. If I'm not good at creating those videos or writing that content, maybe you should just suck it up, open your wallet and hire somebody else to do it. Because you know what? I would rather pay someone else and get that stuff done and run my business appropriately rather than not do it at all. And I think that is why so many people are failing, in this world of digital marketing. Because number one, even if they do know how to do it, like me, I don't, the little tiny things, where do I put this Facebook pixel, kills it for me. So anyhow, that's my rant. Look, dude, we got to start wrapping up. We got 40, and a guy like you, I could probably talk with, for 2 hours, and maybe I should start doing really, really long form. I just haven't got there yet. You've dropped a ton of little nuggets on us, and I think the good news about these nuggets, they're all actionable to some degree, and they're relatively inexpensive, right? They just take work, right, to some degree, whether it's a video or posting or whatever. Where, other than your work experience, Alex, what books? We always ask for a book recommendation. What books that are out there in the market should someone go buy today to get them a little bit more up to speed with some of the stuff that you're good at?
Great question. My number one book recommendation is a book called The Ultimate Sales Machine.
Oh my God, Chet Holmes.
And it's one of my top 5 best business books of all time. I keep recommending this because so many people still have not read it. The Ultimate Sales Machine, for those who are listening, Chet Holmes, Chet Holmes, Holmes. One of the best business books, top 5 in my library of all time. That's a great, great book. It'll make an impact on you immediately from the first chapter. If you can get through the first chapter, you'll probably get sucked in and read the entire book, but I would break it up into chunks. Mm-hmm. The first chapter, I believe, is the Billionaire Secrets to Time Management, and the concepts and the tactics and the strategies Chet gives in that chapter could immediately give everybody listening here and reading that a step up in the right direction and improve efficiency and ROI immediately.
Yeah.
And not doing anything that's paid. That's my number one recommendation.
Yeah. So I second that. I think that's a great, great book. And I think that book is unique in the sense that, in addition to just good content, when it comes to hiring, there are literally scripts in there. There are scripts. He tells you, here's how I hire someone and here's what I say to them. So everybody, if you have not gotten or read this book, The Ultimate Sales Machine by Chet Holmes, go get a free copy on us. Just go to audibletrial.com/superagentslive. Sign up. They'll give you a free copy. So look, you're a youngish guy. You got tons of energy, and I know you want to do big things, as well as you're trying to focus on your time management. Tell me how do you have a daily ritual that you think has helped you achieve the success that you've gotten today?
Oh yeah, I live off routines and rituals. I read a book a few years ago called The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod.
Yep.
Another great book I recommend, and it just planted a seed in me, and it made me completely change my entire just perception and perspective on like having a routine. So I have a morning routine. I'm obsessed with like tweaking and fine tuning it, and what works for me. It's been about almost a 3-year journey now where I literally get up at a certain time. Right now I'm at a 5 a.m. club. I was in the 4 a.m. club for a while, but I'm getting older. I have children. I have responsibilities. I'm building the agency. So for me, 5 a.m. works. 5 a.m. on the dot, I'm up, and then I have a routine of what I do afterwards, which includes working out. It includes journaling, meditating, looking at my targets and my goals for the day, the week, the month. All this is done in a routine style, checklist style from 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. So I have 3 hours every day, even on weekends, where my first win of the day is my routine, my morning routine, which includes everything that I just told you. So by the time I'm showered, ready to go, it's 8 a.m., my wife's up, the kids are up, I get to spend a little quality time with them in the morning before I leave to go attack my day. And my day is planned. My day is structured. I'm a huge fan, and I learned this from Rick Ruby. Rick Ruby at the core taught me this. I have to give him credit. I respect him tremendously for how he hammered in my head systems and structure equals freedom. Systems and structure equals freedom. A lot of us in this industry that we're in, I was in the mortgage business 15 years. It's a chaotic industry. I respect everybody who's in it. It's a very, very, very difficult industry to be able to have structure in, because it's all reactive. A lot of things are happening all the time. So many moving parts, so many people involved. Same in real estate. It's a very reactive business. But what you could be proactive on and control, which is not that many things, is going to be a morning routine. It's going to be your power hour, your prospecting, business development. Everything else is reactive. So I recommend, if you haven't read the book Millionaire Morning Routine by Hal Elrod, get it. And I do recommend, and I endorse, and I vouch for how much having a routine and rituals has helped me in my life, not only in business, but in my personal life. So we have personal life and we have business life. And it helps so much when you can work on personal development and yourself in the morning, because then that rolls into the business side and complements and helps you grow on the business side tremendously. For
sure. Yeah. So, well, especially as you said, if you can get a win in early, I mean, you're just setting the stage, for a good positive day. Well, look, man, I appreciate you taking time out. If people want to learn more about what you do, who you are, where can they go?
BSM Vault, my website. BSM, the acronym stands for Business Fundamentals, Sales Tactics, and Marketing Strategies, and Vault, like a bank vault. They can go to bsmvault.com. It's a great page. We always update it. I always do blog. I do fresh content every week. I do 2 blog articles a week, 1 video tip of the week. I have webinars. I have really cool PDFs and opt-ins. For those of you who are wondering what kind of videos they should be doing as realtors, I have a really good PDF. Doesn't cost anything. I give it for free. What kind of ads you should be running. If you want to get into that space, I have another PDF. I have mentors and coaches in my life still right now. I have 7 mastermind groups that I'm a part of. And I take from each one of those coaches, and I put into my methodology of what I do for my clients. But, I'm always searching. I'm still searching. I'm still a humble student. I'm always trying to learn and grow and become great at my craft. And now my space is social media, digital marketing, and consulting. So I'm always giving back, and I'm always updating our page with new content. So go to bsmvault.com. And, hold on, just for everybody. So I got to tell you, man, I mean, I think you are a well-spoken guy, but you keep saying BS. So you're saying B as in Barbara, S as in Sam, M as in machine, vault. But the way it sounds, just so you know, I don't know, is BFM. So it sounds like Barbara Ford machine. And I got to tell you, if people don't get that right, they will never, ever be able to figure out how to spell your last name, Caragiannides. So that's my 2 cents, buddy. All right, my man. Hey, that's it. Let's keep in touch. Great talking to you. Thanks, Toby. Bye.
See you, pal.